Good morning, humanity. It is August 10th, 2020, and again, we are at one of the most favorite, if not the favorite part of your week, because we're with Bev and Paul. And good morning, everybody. My name is Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
Oh, welcome back, Bev.
Oh, thanks, Paul. It's good to
Man,
see you.
left me here all by myself last week. How dare you?
I know. But you know what? It was really good. People need to hear about your journey.
Well, I had a good time. I love
I
talking
oh,
about
you always
myself.
do. You
it's
always you're really good at doing that.
it's
You're
about
good.
me, 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 me.
I, just hang in there. You're good. Yeah.
All right. So, folks, we're going to talk today, as you can see up there in the screen. It's called The Miracle of BioTouch. And I think we're going to have a really fun time with this concept or idea. And the way we came up with it is, as I was talking to Jenny this morning, and I was bouncing off some ideas, and she says, "Well, let me tell you about the first time I got touched with BioTouch." And her husband was very sick, and we lived right next door, and one of us went over and just did the neck, did the greeting, and did the neck on her. And she said she had never experienced such a melting, such an awareness of her body. She's like shot into her body, totally relaxed, and all she could say is, "It was a miracle." And I went,
Oh,
there we go. That's the
there we
topic for our
go. You're a
show.
miracle worker.
So we wanted to talk about what is the miracle, and how does that relate to all of the different parts of our presentation of BioTouch. So
Right.
yeah, so I thought we could start by reading our vision. Yeah, do you have that there with you?
I do. And it's a great way to start, by the way, because it's wonderful. So, the vision of the International Foundation of Biomagnetics is to encourage all people to take responsibility for their own health care, empower them to assist others, and create a community of people worldwide dedicated to service, self awareness, and recognizing the equality of all humanity, thus forming a chain which shall go on indefinitely.
That's a
I'm
miracle,
always speechless when we read that. It's just the most perfect vision I can imagine for humanity. Is that a miracle?
right? Right.
I don't know. I don't know if it's thank you. I don't know if that's a miracle or not, but you know what? What is a miracle, Paul? What's
Yes.
the definition of a miracle? It's like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that before. Oh my gosh, this must be something out of where is it? Because it can't be here. It can't be something that I can do. It's something outside of ourselves that is just boggles our senses. But you know what? That's what BioTouch is here to do. It boggles our senses, our sense of awareness. And the gift is every single one of us are miracle workers when it comes to BioTouch.
That's the beauty.
That's
Yep.
yeah, that's it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
That's what it was for Jenny. It's sort of it was a momentary experience that in a sense was out of her normal realm of stress in a body,
right,
but it brought her into her body. I mean, you
yeah,
start to see that most of our stresses are because we're not in our body, that we're sort of
right,
outside and the mind's going crazy, and all of a sudden, BioTouch, and we talked about that greeting brings it all together, and we call it a miracle. You called it self-awareness or the awakening to our true nature.
right, right. And that's, we start throwing around certain words like you and I were talking earlier about, oh, I've been on a spiritual path for, and I said, if you're on this planet, a spiritual intention happened. You can't say you're on a spiritual path. That's all you are. That's all we are. What BioTouch helps to do is in that moment, it helps us in that self-awareness, and that increases over time. You're given an opportunity to touch that that point of creative divinity within you that says, oh my gosh, this is who I am. This is who I've always been. This is what needs. And this temple called the body,
Right.
BioTouch is here to build a temple. We've been so pulled off by our form, and now we're having to take a look at what is this body. Well, the miracle of BioTouch is to bring us into a response and an alignment, and to work in that body so that it can become this beautiful, really a vessel of service on the planet. Our bodies are meant to be whole, right? And
Well,
BioTouch
yeah.
does that for
Our
us.
our body, it's our birthright to be happy, healthy, and loved. There's no
That's where
greater
it's all
spiritual
held.
principle. And what I love about BioTouch is that I'll read the manual. It brings us into, because we do it with another human being,
Yeah.
even if we say that's a supposed human being, it brings us into an awareness. I'll read it here. It's in our epilogue. It says, as an associate learns the value of human beings caring for one another and seriously engages in the process of healing, he or she may, on achieving marvelous and beneficial results, be inspired to speculate on various aspects of the human condition. The associate may begin to conceive that the usual arbitrary distinction drawn between the body and the mind extends to a harmony with the spiritual aspect of the human trinity.
Perfect. That's perfect.
It is. It's like, there it is. It's right there. We even use the word spiritual. That human trinity that we've read in some of the teachings of the Holy Bible, the Western Bible. That you know Jesus was said. So what's the greatest law? And he says, well, the greatest law is love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind. And the
Right.
second law is like unto it: love the neighbor as
As
thyself. And so
thyself.
when you
Right.
put those together, you have the neighbor, the self, and God are that human trinity.
Right.
That's the miracle, is coming into that awareness.
Well, this is exactly at what's happening right now, and has been leading up to this. The purpose of all this is that humanity becomes aware of that truth, right? That truth you just spoke of. It's time. We are this amazing. When I counsel, or I do my other thing that I do, I always start out with this. Let's talk about who you are and who you're not, because what we really need to come into an awareness of is who we truly are, because we've already gone through eons of time of who we're not, and that's where we put all of our emphasis on who we're not. But who we are is what BioTouch is here to remind us of. You can't, and this opening, this gentle opening, that greeting that unlocks and helps us breathe into that moment of, of joy and of beauty and of a recognition of the truth about who we are. That's the miracle of BioTouch. As in its own time, in its own way, making different choices, we each get to embrace that. And we get to experience that in a moment with another one of our brothers and sisters here.
And
I mean,
there's nothing greater than that. I mean,
nothing greater.
if I
That's
can't
love,
express love outside to
right?
another, then
Right.
I'm not loving myself, because it's through my brother, my sister, that I begin to love myself. And BioTouch gives us the opportunity to experience that without thinking about getting there. I
Right.
mean, the miracle is it happens. It's not, you don't go get it, you don't try
Right.
to create it, you don't build up a storehouse of goody goody things that you've done. It's a
Yeah.
momentary boom. And BioTouch brings us into that momentary awareness, and that we talked about earlier, that needs to be constantly reinstated. We need to change the dialogue from our littleness and our judgments about ourselves to our greatness and our ability to heal.
Yeah.
And that takes repetition. That's the consistency of doing that greeting, if nothing else, 30
Yeah.
seconds a day.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this earlier. Reiteration is what changes a program. You have to, and that's why we talk about the same things all the time. And
Over and over and
over
over.
and over again.
Yeah.
But this is our job to talk this way into the world, through this show, through our board, through our manual, through every our social media. This is how we have to speak and hold something for humanity to anchor into. But this reiteration is what will change the awareness, as well as that amazing touch. But people have to know that this is even here.
Right.
That's our job.
And our job is every week to go over this and to share with you other people who've experienced this. So we wanted to share with you Paula Taylor, who's now one of our new board members, who posted on our Facebook. We just want to share this little minute and a half testimonial of hers about what happened to her body and her self-awareness.
Hi, my name is Paula Taylor, and I'm back with another installment in my video series about what BioTouch means to me. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about what BioTouch has done for me physically. If you watched my first video, I talked about my infertility, and for me what goes along with that is something called endometriosis. It causes terrible pain, terrible cramping, disrupted bleeding cycles, and it's gotten to the point for me that a couple times in the past few years I was considering a hysterectomy. So one of the things that BioTouch helped me see through self-awareness was that that was not the right path for me, that there was something else that I could do other than getting a part of my body removed. So that self-awareness led me to find a new doctor who put me on a different medication that helped a lot. And then the BioTouch itself, over the course of the last 3 to 4 years that I was going every week to the center for sessions, my pain dropped down to where I felt like a normal person again. And if I go too long without receiving BioTouch, without that lower abdomen set being done on me, the symptoms start to come back, despite the fact that I'm on the medication, which does help to a degree. So to me, that's proof that BioTouch is causing physical improvement in my condition. And it's such a gentle technique. Anyone can learn how to do it. I'm going to leave a link below to our next training. And I encourage you to keep tuning in to these videos to find out how BioTouch has helped me, because I know it can help you too. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, Paula.
Thanks, Paula.
And I think we talked about the repetition, her coming every week. We've always related Bruce Lipton's work. Just change the dialogue and the body will follow. The cells will change. And that change of dialogue is love. And so Paula was a perfect example of just every week. We didn't try to change her. We didn't tell her how to live her life. We didn't tell her to get an operation or not get an operation.
Right.
We just touched and allowed her to come into her nature, into her, what is it that she needed in this journey, in this life, and have the strength to act on that.
Oh, absolutely. I think, we talk about, I've always said for a while that BioTouch is a communication system which changes and tells a different story. As Bruce Lipton says, the only way to tell a different story is in love. That's what changes the story, the patterns in the cellular makeup of our bodies. That's why BioTouch is so amazing. But that communication system, that light touch, it's like this beautiful whispering to the body. This is who you are. This, you are love. You are here to be of service. And I will say, when our bodies are all tight through stress or pain, we cannot contribute in ways that we are meant to here. We are contributors to this amazing unfolding of a greater life that we live in. That's the beauty of BioTouch. You're all miracle workers. That's what you're all here to be.
So we are here every week to help you learn how to do BioTouch, and we always want to teach some points on this show and then to give you the opportunity of our next classes coming up. So we're going to share with you how to simply do the next set that brought the miracle of awareness to Jenny, a long time ago, 15 so odd years ago. And so here is the next set.
The neck set is used for addressing most headaches, neck pains, and soreness of the upper back. These points are performed in matching fire on the large muscles that run along the back of the neck. Points 1 and 1 are halfway down the neck on the side of the large muscles. Points 2 and 2 are at the top of the neck on the side of the large muscles at the base of the skull. Points 3 and 3 are at the bottom of the neck on the side of the large muscles. As with any set, you may repeat the points as many times as you like. These points may be touched in any order, such as touching points 2, then points 1, and finally points 3.
And what's wonderful, there's two young people doing that on each other.
I know, wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about the worry of the opening schools again. Too bad we can't get BioTouch, just doing the stress and infection point, or, all these little sets that they can take home and do at home and do in school. I mean, that's the goal.
The beauty, that's the goal. The beauty. Hey, here's your lunch and here's BioTouch before you go to school. Okay. That's what we want.
Right. So we have ways to learn it. You can go online, justtouch.com. We also want to share with you, it's next Tuesday, the 18th. We have another one of our virtual trainings. That'll be from 9 a.m. until 4:30. We have a lunch break. Go to our website, justtouch.com, to sign up for that. It's a wonderful way to learn BioTouch. You get the ebook, you become a member, and then we spend the day teaching you how to do the points. The other thing coming up is our health condition workshop, postpartum care with Nancy Auton. She's a naturopath here in town. And also want to let you know that the CE credits are available to massage therapists, nurses, doulas. Again, you can sign up for that. There's no charge to get CE. It's 1 CE credit for that. That'll be live streamed, 6 p.m. Arizona time.
Yep.
So that was a miracle of a 20-minute session, yeah?
I'm telling you. Yep, sure is.
So we believe you are all a miracle. It's your birthright to be happy, healthy, and loved. Bev, you're a miracle. Thank you for joining in today with us all, sharing your miracle of light and love and bliss.
Mr. Cheesy. But I love you.
Thank you. And we love you all out there. Learn BioTouch. We're going to share with you again. This is from Horace Barnes, one of our old-time practitioners. His wife died a couple of months ago. We hope that we're going to see Horace around here again. Maybe he'll write another song for us. And you can listen to all his songs at justtouch.com/Horace Barnes. Thank you all. Thank you, Bev.
Thank you, Paul.
We'll see
Have
you
a
all.
great week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action.